I have the most amazing person on with us today, and she's going to tell you more about herself and all that she does. But I was so happy and excited when she said that she would come on Sharon's Hall of Records. So the beauty of this is she lives in Toronto. So she was born in India into a lineage of Ayurveda, and this is Meena Puri. So I welcome you, Meena. And she has this reputation for being wise beyond her years, and her infectious laughter, which I've had the experience. I've had that experience.
You'll find out.
And she does have a great laugh. She has an unwavering belief in human potential to heal from anything. And she is unapologetic, takes a stand for her clients in that way. Everyone has the potential to heal. I love that, Meena. There are no, oh no, that one doesn't work. It's like it really all works when you know how to work the system, right?
Yeah.
So a leader and a visionary, she is creating healing communities as she believes that we can't heal in isolation. And when I read this last month, when I went over this, some people were quite surprised by that. And as soon as I heard it, I thought, oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. We're social beings, we're all humans and we're social. So how do we do that if we're isolated? So she insists on seeing blessings in every challenge and is fiercely compassionate. And she lives in Toronto, and she enjoys all outdoor adventures that city has to offer her. She also, I didn't know, and hopefully she'll tell us some about it, she has a new book out, and it's called Wake Up and Heal. Her website is just the www. AyurvedicHealingCenter.com. So I want to hear from you, Meena. I'm so happy to be with you, because when I saw your bio and all of that, I was really excited to meet you and find out more about you and what you're doing in the world, because it sounds really exciting to me.
Oh, thank you so much, Sharon. Thank you for the opportunity and for inviting me. It's always so lovely to talk to people who want to talk to you, right? Talking to a friend of mine, a client of mine sent me this Swarovski stone, a little bear.
Oh.
Singing bear, because she said, when I see that, it reminds me of you.
Oh.
And I was telling about that to a friend of mine, and a client just sent me that. She said, that's really expensive. I said, I know. I said, she's been working with me for a couple of years. Magic happens every time we have a session for her. And I said, magic happens for those who believe there's magic. So that's why it's nice to bring magic, co-create magic with clients who believe who believe in what you're doing. So that's why this work, you can't force it down somebody's throat. Some people are just not going to get it. Maybe not this lifetime, maybe not through you, maybe through somebody else. So that's why it's nice to be here, even if it's just a handful of people, but it's the people who are aligned with you. So I'm grateful to be here. What do I do? I'm an Ayurvedic practitioner. Ayurveda is a science of health, longevity, disease prevention, over 6,000 years old.
6,000 years.
6,000 years old. So when you think of that and think of modern science, which is a couple of hundred years old, the comparison isn't there, because we're comparing apples to oranges. And So this information, this wisdom of this human body, mind, and soul, and how it works and how it's connected to the entire creation, it was cognized by enlightened beings.
Yeah.
So who weren't just relying on an experimental evidence, proof that's created in the lab, but proof that comes from knowing, the deep knowing. They had the wisdom, that's why it's the wisdom, by those beings. So, and it's not anything new agey because it's the oldest thing alive.
Yeah.
Actually, anything that's new age is, and modern medicine has made phenomenal advances in technologies and surgeries. But the question remains, why are our hospitals continuously overloaded and booked and filled? That's not a healthy nation. There's nothing, in my opinion, there's nothing to, applaud. I'm so glad that these hospitals are full, and I'm so glad 2 new hospitals are coming up. So that's not a good thing. What I would applaud at, if there's like more healing spaces where we're teaching people how to live this human life simply, how to heal, how to connect, how to align so we can create something larger than ourselves and serve humanity. So I think that this is a time where we are starting to maybe inch by inch make that shift. So that's where my vision is. And so that's the Ayurveda. It's answers, solutions to mind, body, soul. My family, grandparents were Ayurvedic. They're Ayurvedic experts, specialists, magical workers. But I never paid attention to it because who pays attention to what your parents do?
I know.
We want to run away from those people. So I never bothered. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I never even, like, that's what it was everywhere. So it wasn't anything highlighted for me. And when I moved from India to here, I totally forgot about it. And I went into to become a certified public accountant.
Oh, how interesting.
Actually, I went into university. I did my undergrad is in biochem, thinking I was going to go into the medical field. Really, there are a lot of doctors in my family. And when I toured the colleges, it just was not meant to be. There was just a lot of equipment, a lot of machinery. And I thought, gosh, I don't want to operate machinery. It wasn't me. So I just never did it. So I thought, what is it that I can do that I can go to the top, continue to study and make money? It was accounting. So I did CA in Canada and then CPA in US. So I did that for a few years. And, someone like me, you can only do that temporarily because you're saturated. It's like, it's man-made laws. And there comes a point where you just don't care anymore. Right? So you're like, whatever, somebody else needs to do this crap. I don't want to do it. So, and at that time, luckily for me, I stumbled upon a yoga class and I started taking, and I was so surprised that there's a class for it. Like, take your right arm up, bend it this way. And I'm thinking, don't you know that? Why, so so I think it really, I just bring it with me from prior lives. I was a teacher or a high priestess, and this was built in. And I started doing the teacher training. I didn't even need to. When I taught the class, my teacher, he's like, the phone is ringing. I didn't even take the teacher training. So it just came in with me. So, short of the long, I had a yoga studio, and I just, had my own, no classes, 2 classes were ever the same. I never went into a big commercial kind of a yoga studio. I taught it out of the lower level of my home.
Wow.
Opportunities to go, come partner with me, come open this big yoga studio, have all the teachers. And it was too much work. I'm like, I just want to teach yoga. I don't want to manage a business. So that's what I did.
Spoken like a true healer. I think
Yeah,
all
so
of
I
us
said,
feel
no,
that
I
way.
don't want to go into the, the yoga and wine and the mood making type of yoga. It was just simple studio. Walls were empty, clean, simple. You come and do yoga with the mat. You don't need incense. You don't need pictures of God or goddesses. This is, to me, it's like, you don't need Om written every. People will bring me like cups and t-shirts of Om. And I'm like, oh my goodness. The Western world to commercialize everything. Oh, I do yoga. Look at my Om cup. Oh, great. Who cares? So, it was just like, this was, and people like, you should own up the store, sell all the yoga jewelry. I said, I don't sell things. I'm a yoga teacher. So anyways, so from luckily he came into Ayurveda and I just ate it up. I was like a little kid on the candy store. And I thought some understanding, this wisdom, this philosophy, it speaks to me. It understands me. Someone finally understands what the heck I'm talking about. So I was all over it. And then I had no idea that Ayurveda was here. I never even thought about it. I left it along with my dad.
Or so you thought.
Before I thought, and then it found me. Yoga found me, Ayurveda found me, because I'm finishing up the work that I didn't get to do in my past lives, that I didn't get to finish. I'm finishing up.
Yes, isn't that true? When we find our work, we don't, like you said, it finds us.
It finds us, and it's like, I'm doing it because I can't help it.
I know. Yeah, I get it. Same thing, that's.
Yeah, so I'm doing it because I cannot not do it. So it found me, and this is what I do. So I've created, there isn't anything I have left undone. I mean, I do meditation retreats. I do cooking workshops. I do many other group courses. And
don't you have a retreat coming up?
I have actually finally. So during COVID time, all the retreats were stopped.
Right.
Also during COVID, I moved from US to Canada. I'm originally from Canada, and with COVID, everything stopped in US everywhere. And that was a good time for me to move. And so I thought, I don't know when the retreat is going to happen. And then I found this place who can offer what I'm looking for, somebody to give us, food and good accommodations and all of that. So the retreat is next month, October 13th to 16th. It's Find Your Future Self. I mean, the retreat is big, but I have an option for people to attend it for the weekend or for the week. And I'm looking for participants because it came about so quickly that I didn't have time to market it or tell people enough in time. So it's here, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to get the people. I don't know.
Well, you put the information in the chat, and you never know. I mean, I know, my VAs are.
So I'm going to go ahead and just flip over and grab a link.
Yeah, because my VAs are all in Edmonton. They're all in Canada. I have lots of friends in Canada. So, I mean, you never know.
You never know. So I just said, well, you know what, Meena, magic happens.
Yes.
Whoever is meant to come to this will find it.
Yes, absolutely. I know with
that's the retreat information, and totally, I'm like, I don't know how, but I'm picturing 15 people.
Okay.
12 people I'm picturing 15 people, and I said, I don't know where they're going to come from, and I don't need to know. They'll show up. The ones that are supposed to be there will be there. So I do whatever I can do to share the information, and then whoever is meant to come will come. And the thing is, and things like that happen like that. When I attend something, I don't go analyze the heck out of it. Yeah, no, you're just I don't have that kind of, I get a headache. It's like, well, I just know. I know something, I see it is good enough, I go, and it turns out great, always. Yes. And when you begin to analyze and this and that, you're always gone on the wrong route. You're never going to get out of it.
I agree. tell us what who comes to you, like
Who comes to me?
I mean for the healings, or what kind of people, or what maybe is somebody searching, or do you get referrals? How do people find you?
So I get people find me through Google search because they're looking to eat better. They're looking to use food as medicine. I get people who have multiple symptoms. They don't want the medication, so they would like to heal naturally. I get people who have, on the verge of divorce, having a lot of relationship issues, and they know it's really them, not the relationship. So they want to heal their own trauma. People who want to heal the trauma.
Right.
People who, have, I had just somebody came to me for low back pain that no therapy can resolve. Because then we, after working, realized that it's the effect of the contractions, the tissue contractions from the trauma, that the body has been continuously taking a hit. So we're working on that. So nothing is separate. People come to me for one thing, they, I don't want this asthma medication, but they walk away with leaving like, oh my God, I had no idea my asthma was related to when I was 3 years old.
Yeah.
There's this thing about finding a niche in the entrepreneur world.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, what is your niche? Where is your niche? I have the hardest time finding it because I work on the whole person. I don't just work with nutrition because I possibly can't help you with your nutrition because a week later you're going to self-sabotage because it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
Right. I can't.
The mind, changing the thoughts.
Exactly. So it's really, so I said, I help you heal from the inside out on all levels, mind, body, soul. That's what I like to help, because we are integrated whole being. This idea of niche, whatever, it just doesn't jive with me. And I just keep doing what I feel to be the right thing. And so people find me through referrals, through Google, and people find me when they're like, sometimes people who work with me, they don't know exactly what I do, but they know they need me. Isn't that amazing? And they actually do need me, and they didn't need to know what I do.
Exactly, because they trust and believe.
So I always, yeah, exactly. So many times, I can tell people what I do till I'm blue in the face. They're like, it doesn't connect.
Right.
So, I had one client was a judge. He goes, there's a lot more to you than fruits and vegetables.
It's like, good noticing.
As a compliment, I go, no, that's just a hook, right?
Yeah.
And people think, Ayurveda just herbs. I go, it takes me 5 minutes to prescribe you herbs. What do you think I do the rest of the hour? I can print out a menu for you. You go do it. Well, guess what? You're not going to do it. If it was that easy, people would not have the trouble. It's not that we don't have the information. It's just that we do not do it. So the gap between the knowing and the doing is where I work with you.
Exactly.
So you live the wisdom.
Yes.
So who's ready to work? Whoever is ready to work with me, they're committed and they believe that they can heal. They believe that, because the truth is, people know what's going on with them. The x-rays aren't going to tell you.
You're absolutely right.
Okay? Yes, there's the x-ray, whatever. But ask people what, I ask my clients, I have this going on, that going on. We take all the information and I put the pen down and I'm like, now, what do you think is going on with you?
They usually come up with something probably pretty interesting.
They know.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody asks them. Everybody tells them what's wrong with them. They don't ask them. They know. The only thing I know is something about me. That's the only authority that I have. How the heck somebody is going to know about me? I'm supposed to know about me. But we don't give people that credit. Oh, I think you need this. even if when I give people recommendation, I go, how does that sound? Because I know Ayurveda is not just you, it's the whole human psychology.
Right.
There's a story to person or somebody. It's how they work. Some people don't take away my coffee. Some are like, give me all the 20 things today, I'm going to get them done, because their psychology is so different.
Yes.
So you have to work with everybody's unique physiology and psychology and give people the credibility of knowing who they are. Pull it out of them because they do.
The affirmations, that's
the whole point of it. If you can empower people rather than telling them what to do, you teach somebody, what was that thing? I'll teach you how to fish.
Oh, you give them out a fish.
Yeah, I'll teach.
Or you teach them how to fish.
For life. So a lot of my work is education. I don't throw the book on anybody because there is no book written on you. There is a book, but it's not on you.
Well, there's records though. In the Akashic records, right? That's so where everything is.
Yeah. Really giving people the power and the power to trust their own knowing and giving them the trust that they can, people are like, oh my God, I can't miss 1 week's appointment if they have to. And I'm like, tell me what you're going to do. Tell me what you have learned. I said, so you got this. You don't need me every week. So you got this. You know how to do it. You know exactly what to do. So you just repeated it to me.
Yeah.
That's so you give them that confidence. So, I'm not in the business of collecting patients. Where the heck am I going to put them? Right? I'm in the business of people come, heal, become who you are here to become, and then get out and get on your beautiful life. Go live your life. Right? We're not here to heal, the traumas and whatnot for the rest of our lives. We're not here to fix everything. We don't need to fix everything. We're not here to be fixed. We're here to find ourselves.
Exactly.
So that's the work I do. That's what I'm passionate about. And, many times what I talk about goes over people's head.
Up until now, I want you to say up until now, because all of us listening to you, we understand.
You understand, exactly.
Yeah, healing happens on so many different levels.
Absolutely.
So many. And when the student's ready, usually the teacher appears.
The teacher appears.
Yeah, and so that's probably how people find you when they're ready. Right?
Yeah, when they're ready, they find me. And then, I have very long-standing clients. They don't leave.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yes. So tell, I think you have a special gift for our listeners.
What I have, I'm going to give you another link. So I talked about my book. This is my second book. It's called Wake Up and Heal, 6 Steps to Emotional Freedom. I kept it as small as I possibly could because it's very potent. There's no nonsense word here. As you can tell, I'm kind of a no-nonsense person. I get to the point rather quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that link. And
I love that about you, Meena. I love you don't beat around the bush. I love that.
So this is, I'm going to give you a link, then you can. Hold on. So many windows open. Oh, there you are. So here is the link for my second book. And you're going to use the code AWAKE. There's a digital copy, I think for $7, $8, something like that, but use the code AWAKE to download it free. It's a digital copy.
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay, there it is. And what else also I would like to share with you is, so I work with clients one-on-one, 3-month period at a time, or 6 months, depending, and with new clients. And I also teach many group programs to specific programs that I curate and I teach, and they turn into audio courses. Those are available. So what I'm launching now is a membership program. It's Mind, Body, Soul. It's a healing community membership program where people gather and they meet with me, where I share my tools and techniques and teachings so they can take away and begin to use them in their life. I'm doing a free webinar on this next month, not next month, sorry, next week. And I'm going to see if I can pull the link for you.
That would be great.
That you can sign up. It's next Tuesday at 12 EST. So if you guys are in Pacific time, it'll be 9 o'clock for you. Bright,
Yes, I believe we're all in Pacific. All those of us.
bright and early, it'll get you moving.
So yeah, 9 a.m. Okay, on Tuesday.
So
Great.
here is the webinar, Tuesday, September 27th, 12 p.m. It's a free webinar. Register here. Okay, so you can register for the free webinar. Even if you were not able to attend, if you want to register, you'll get the replay.
Yes, that's great.
You'll understand, you know, what Ayurveda is. I'm talking about how it can be the solution for mind, body, soul, because we're not separate beings. We don't go take care of the mind today, I'll take care of my soul tomorrow and my body next week.
Everything's connected and everything's energy and everything. We're all one.
We're all one. We all one. So that's the link, and go ahead and register. And if you know anyone else who's interested in this, because this is going to be a very cost-effective and a supportive way for people to work with me. They meet with me. It's like $50 per month membership. They meet with me 3 times a month. Half an hour, I do all the teachings and give them all the good stuff. And then half an hour, they get to talk and ask their questions. You know, there's so much, and you just dive into it, and it's just going to open so many doors for the members once you start. So that's going to be, I'm going to be talking about that in the webinar next week. So feel free to attend and share with anybody else who wants to start healing, but they're overwhelmed. They don't have to understand everything. You know, we can begin anywhere.
Right. This is very exciting. You're just bringing a lot of things to people that wouldn't probably have an opportunity.
That's exactly why I want to do it, because
thank you.
It's cost effective, because more and more people can attend it. That's my vision behind it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you are just a pleasure. I love your laugh and your smile, and it's just been delightful to have you on my Hollow Records. And I know that we'll be in touch, you know, after this. And of course, like I said, this will be up on YouTube, and you can, you know, watch it, or, you know, give the link, you know, to anybody or whatever that you'd like to get to know you. And also, I'll get you in touch with my Canadian friends.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'll make sure that we get you in touch with them.
Okay.
And so right now, what I'm going to do, and for those of you that are listening, I'm going to just quickly talk about our next guest, which is next month, and that will be on October 27th. 6 p.m. Pacific time. And this is Hillis Pugh. And he's an author, teacher, speaker, and holistic practitioner, utilizing the gifts and tools to empower others on their journey. So the reason why he chooses to do this work is to guide others on their path, to let them know that they're not alone. So Hillis mentors each soul on their path to lift them up, so that they can see what he sees beyond the physical realm. And Hillis is also an energy facilitator, working with modalities such as psychic mediumship, Reiki, Lemurian light energy to co-create a deeper connection to the soul. And so he says it, you know, he works together in universal sync of exploration. And this is all about your inner space and then to be expressed outwardly. So in my understanding, Hillis just told me that he is one of the two who teach this Lemurian light energy work. So don't miss him on October the 27th. It's Thursday at 6. And you can find him on Facebook, and it's HILLISP. Or you can just put in Hillis Pugh, HILLISPUGH. So he's an interesting man, and yeah, just like having Meena on, I just love to hear what people are doing, and that way we can refer people, and it's always fun. And like you said, Meena, about, you know, creating community. The reason that I do this, and I find people that I love, that I would love to know about and I would love to work with, and then I invite everybody that I know, so that we have a safe and sacred space to come and to be together. And so those of you that are here, you'll get to ask Meena some questions. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to stop the recording so that you can, you know, kind of have your questions answered privately.
Sure. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you so much, Meena. This has been so much fun. We will be in touch, and I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. You know, I love you all very much. Thank you for being with us.
All right, now we can chat. Cameras on.